Hello everyone, this is Vince12 signing again, and welcome to Shootin' the Breeze. We're actually recording this one instead of just doing a live stream because none of you fuckers seem to want to watch that. How can you not want to watch this high quality content?
Maybe you have to do some kind of announcement to let people know it's happening.
Shut up.
I'm sorry for making sense.
Yeah, you should be. I'm here with Third again.
I'm sorry you have a very poorly run channel.
Coming from you, no, don't, I'm not taking that from you.
I've never claimed my shit is good.
My shit stinks less than yours. And
That's because there's more of my shit.
And that's because, no, I know that for a fact because I stick my face in your toilet every now and again when you're not looking. I'm winning this argument, by the way.
Is that where those marks come from?
No, I think you just need to go see a doctor.
I keep getting, like, lip prints on my toilet. I had no idea where the fuck they were coming from.
Oh no, I was inviting Kanye West to kind of sample the newest album. He likes it.
Oh.
Kanye West jokes. Courtesy of a strong intellect, which is not me.
Courtesy of somebody else?
I'm basically like the Carlos Mencia of everything.
Oh no, Naji, did you steal something on the internet and use it as your own, like Flash.0?
Oh, I can't fucking stand that prick.
You know what I don't get about that fucking show? It's a show where you watch a bunch of stuff on the internet. It's like, why don't you just go watch it on the fucking internet?
It's basically like a paid reaction video.
Right?
So utterly worthless, contributes nothing, and the people commenting on it are fucking spazzes.
It's like, this guy is literally making a living just like, hey, look, I'm gonna react to all this random shit online. Fuck you, that's just dumb.
To be fair, there's some reaction channels I genuinely like. Like, there's this one group called Renegade, which I find... Because the thing that they're set apart because they actually have actual discussions about what they just witnessed, or they have discussions about what they're about to watch, and they actually are intelligent and well-spoken.
Oh no.
And
well-spoken intelligence on the internet.
that's not it's not welcome. This is a place for pseudo-intellects and annoying, obnoxious, and unwarranted political arguments.
Exactly.
What's with the right wing, am I right?
What's the deal
With
with
the liberals.
conservatives?
And the liberals, they're...
I like how we went opposite routes with that.
You gotta be fair. Cover all spectrums.
That worked out well.
Basically, like, I'm a liberal, but I'll openly admit that some liberals just piss me off. Because they go too far. Like the people who are...
They're too liberal, damn it.
No, I'm saying the people that are saying that... Because there's some people that say that pedophiles are oppressed.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck that!
like you...
Fuck that shit like pedophiles fuck children.
It's like, oh, dude, I'm not feeling so... Like, so was this article, like, sometimes pedophiles feel like killing themselves, and it's like, well, duh. I'm not saying that they don't deserve help, I'm saying that...
Everything they do is fucked up.
I'm not saying, like, if you can manage to... It's a weird thing when it comes to that. If you can pay your debt off to society, without... Because I have the mentality where if you go to jail for something and you come out and you pay your debt to society, then the fact that it's held against you for the rest of your life kind of is fucked up in some scenarios.
That's kind of... It's kind of contradictory. It's like, oh, you paid your debt to society, but you still... But no, it's still hung over your head forever, so no, you didn't.
But when it comes to pedophilia, like...
Stay away from the kids.
Yeah, but like if you feel that way, then just keep it to yourself. Stay away from kids. Get some help. But don't act like I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because it's like we're so oppressed. No, people don't want to be around you because you're kind of...
Because you fuck kids.
Yeah. Well, it's not even no, because there's some of them that don't, but they're sexually attracted to children, but they don't want resist that temptation. But don't fucking expect me to want to be anywhere near you. Is all I'm saying. Or my fucking
it's
kids.
Reasonable.
Because I can't reasonably be around someone when I bring one of my nephews or someone around. It's like, And like, you look at him any way, if you shake his hand, if you pat his head, I'm gonna tear your arm off and shove it up your ass.
Oh my. Well, see, now he's being oppressed. He's down one arm. And now he can only touch Jimmy and not Billy as well.
Okay. This got dark. That's quite unlike us.
It immediately started off with talking about pedophilia.
So I've been uploading more, and as you people can probably hear, I have a new headset, and you've probably heard that with my various videos I've been releasing lately.
You have been sounding pretty sexy as of late.
Well, I sound clearer. I've always sounded this sexy, it's just that you could barely hear. There's a sexy filter that I need to buy.
Oh, is that... I just thought you hit puberty.
Yeah, it's a 20... Well, Justin took
Because now I want to fuck you without feeling like a pedophile.
Too late for that.
No.
I've already called Chris Hansen. He's honest. It just takes him a while to get to Canada.
I'm going to be on the next episode of How to Catch a Predator.
Like the suspicious tray of cookies, like, take a seat. No, sit down. I remember there was that one episode that guy's like, I don't even want these cookies anymore. Like, is that really what you came here for? Like, I'll just imagine, was this just some mentally ill dude that came in and was like, I got video games and cookies, and he goes to the kid's place, and he's confused as hell. Like, what? I just wanted to play video games with a friend. And Chris is just staring at him, like, not knowing what to do, because if I turn this guy in, and he actually happens to be mentally ill, then I might get some people frowning on me for that.
Oh, it's fine. The studio will take the rap.
I heard Chris Hansen's actually a prick.
I like to think that most people on TV are pricks.
I forgot this one person. Is that Mr. T?
And like Gordon Ramsay. In real life, Gordon Ramsay's like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest people that you could ever possibly talk to.
He's the Mr. Rogers of the restaurant world.
Basically, his thing is, I don't fuck with my business, my bread and butter, almost figuratively and literally.
Or else you're a fucking donkey and it's fucking Frozen. Random British insults.
Amy's Baking Company. That's the joke.
Like, comment, subscribe. These are the jokes. We are professionals.
I think they're still around, though. I think the husband of that place is kind of like going through something with immigration or something like that.
Really?
It's weird because out of everyone watching that episode and looking back, he seems to genuinely want to try and be and actually try to work with Ramsay, but his wife has kept reeling him in. Because
That's just shitty.
He was answering his questions to the best of his ability. It was like, how many people do you fire regularly? And she's like, we don't fire that many. He almost immediately peps out like 100 people a year.
Immediately contradicts her.
Well, they're both assholes anyway. Just one had the potential to be less of an asshole. So basically,
wants to be potentially less of an asshole.
Assholes make the world go round with methane gas.
Oh, you made a fart joke.
I've really hit a new low now.
You made a fart joke. Oh my god. Oh.
So.
Okay, I've been seeing posters for this Rick and Morty show.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yes.
Because I've been seeing it everywhere, and it looks like something you'd like see on Nickelodeon. But then they're telling me it's on Adult Swim. Like, is this like a show for adults?
I told you before, like, if you ever Rick is one of those characters where it's like he's he reminds me of an old curmudgeonly you.
Okay, is Rick like that Doc Brown looking guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one that I showed you the clip of him talking about the word retarded.
Hey, that's not PC, Najee. You can't say retarded.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You're gonna upset somebody. It's the internet, and everyone now is overly sensitive for some reason.
I don't give a fuck if some. I'm not gonna watch what I say because one person somewhere might get upset with what I say. Occasional exceptions, but I don't know. It's a nuanced thing where I'll watch what I say in some situations because some people, are certain situations where they can't handle it.
And most of the people getting upset are just either like whiny teenagers or white people who don't know any better.
Why we have to bring skin color into it? I'm triggered.
Oh, I'm sorry, black people who don't know any better?
A little bit of both.
Now I sound racist.
It's not even I don't think it's a skin color thing either. It's just a matter of people who have little life experience,
Yeah.
and it's like when I listen to what they like the PC culture, and it's like, what are you people trying to fight for? Like, we're trying to fight for equality. Okay, well, first we can start gang violence in Chicago. That's at an all-time high. We can try to work for a more stricter standards of the police force, so we can get no. We were talking about making sure people's feelings don't get hurt.
Yeah, fuck you.
Excuse me. I'm talking about gang violence, black crime, which is becoming a more increasing problem, in lower income neighborhoods because people are killing each other for no. I'm talking about on college campuses, being able to not say mean things. Perhaps you didn't hear me the first time, sir and or madam, or both, whatever the fuck.
Maybe you should just grow some skin and not let simple shit get to you.
It's not even that. It's like you're claiming to fight for equality. I'm pointing to an actual situation where people can genuinely use help in that area, and you're focusing on your petty bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Grow some skin. Because people focus on stupid, petty fucking bullshit. Like, this is not an issue, and you're acting like it is. Stop being such a little bitch.
Yeah, bitch ass bitch. Mark ass Mark.
Bitch ass nigga.
Sorry, I had a pencil in my throat.
Oh no, I said a word.
No. So what? Oh yeah, the word.
No, you see, it's okay. I can say it because I watched the Boondocks, so it's okay.
Which season was the worst?
They were all good.
Aha, that was a test. Everyone knows the fourth season really went downhill.
I don't discriminate between seasons.
I don't like the fourth season of Boondocks.
Which one was... I can't remember. I can't separate the fucking seasons. I don't know which one's which.
You can tell the difference in the animation and the humor. Like, the fourth season, it becomes extremely referential, and the political... Like, it becomes really ham-fisted in some areas. It's either no political satire, or it's really fucking blatantly obvious.
Oh, that just sounds normal now.
Now, the third season was the best, and second season, I really like that show. It's a shame that it kind of petered off a little bit for me. Like
It is a good show.
I like Black Dynamite is made animated by the same company, I think.
Black Dynamite?
If you've never watched Black Dynamite,
I'm going to go do that right now. Bye, Najee.
you stay right here. You're gonna sit here and be miserable with me.
I don't need you to be miserable, thanks.
Yes, you do. It's a diversity quota. You got to be miserable with multiple people of different ethnicities.
Oh, okay. You have to keep PC with your misery.
Yeah.
Misery loves company, but make sure you're evenly distributed among ethnicities.
Yes. This is a very PC show with all the talk of
And also accept Syrian refugees into your misery.
Well,
Because it's topical.
I'm not touching that issue. Because that
I don't give a shit about it.
I, I'm not that. I'm not even politically minded. It's just some areas that, like, yeah, I don't. I am not. Yeah, I'm fine with letting in refugees, but I think that people are too. Like, I think people need to pay more attention to who they let in because whether you like to admit it or not, some of the people who claim to be refugees aren't really that, and they're just taking advantage of the of a situation to get into the country easier.
Yeah, I don't know what's like in America, but here I think they have like, what was that I heard? It's like a $50 a day food allowance or something.
For refugees.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like more than some people get paid for working.
It's
Okay, that's the numbers are off on what I'm saying here, but it's like it's like $50 a day per person. So in like a 4-person house, just like 2 parents, 2 kids, like okay, so that's $200 a day. I work and don't get that.
I don't know if like it sounds. I don't know what I'm talking about here, so it's just me kind of going based off what I'm saying, what I think. Like I would have some kind of system set up where, because a lot of it kind of comes from the pockets of people who genuinely care about the refugee situation. So I would have it kind of set up where people can donate specifically to them and distribute it at their own choosing.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I think that when it comes to refugees, like, we want to set up a shelter system for people who are suffering, but the problem with that is that you need to monitor it well enough to make sure that there isn't some kind of corruption that's going on with that system.
well, any system like that's gonna have corruption in it at some point.
But I think we care more about it because these people like war, like, basically they came from a land that's being ravaged by war, and we want to like show that we're open our arms wide to receive you. But I don't want us to try to relay that message without forsaking our sense of safety. I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not saying that all Syrians are possible terrorists. No, I'm saying that when things like that happen, when situations like these and prisoners of war coming up by the boatloads, you're guaranteed to have some people who are only coming in, basically taking advantage of a bad situation, and have very poor intentions for what they intend to do when they get in the country.
It just becomes a numbers game.
Yeah. Because when you let people in, like, in large quantities, it becomes easier for those people to slip in. And I'm not saying that we need to border ourselves off because that's stupid. I'm saying that we need to be patient and actually focus on the screening process before we just let everyone come in without actually thinking about it.
Well, yeah, if you get a fuckload of people coming in at the same time, then it's too hard to track them all.
That sounds.
Because there's not enough people to do the job.
But I can't stress enough. This is just my personal opinion. If you think otherwise, then that's fine. I don't have really much of a leg to stand on when it comes to an issue like this. So.
And also, Najee's club-footed, so he doesn't have much of a leg to
What the
stand
fuck
on.
is club-footed anyway?
I'm not sure. I know it has something to do with fucked up feet.
That sounds like a fetish film.
Yeah.
Clubfoot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I star in it. It's called Third of Clubfoot.
That was weak.
I'm sorry.
I expect better.
I'm tired.
I
I'm
expect
working
high
through
quality
the
humor from the man who repeatedly tells dick jokes.
Have I told you I am an executive producer on Tosh.0?
That explains too much, actually. No, I don't even want to entertain the thought of you doing something that awful.
I wouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna blow some minds here. I have standards.
I know it doesn't.
Tosh.0 is beneath me.
Daniel Tosh. Isn't he the one that runs that show?
Is that his name? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, I know Daniel Tosh. I was always wondering if the same guy, Daniel Tosh. Basically, And the thing, I'm not against jokes, dark jokes, but I was against this joke because it wasn't even like. Basically, he told a rape joke, and a woman stood
Was
up
it
and said,
funny?
"No." The woman
Oh.
stood up and said, "That's not funny," because she was a former victim of rape. But to be fair, how the fuck would he know that? And his rebuttal was, "Wouldn't it be funny if she just got raped right now, like by the whole front row?"
That's not funny.
That's like,
That
yeah, basically, it's like, it, there's a way to answer hecklers. Is like that doesn't sound like a joke. That sounds like, I hope you get raped.
yeah, that's just really that was no.
And the whole
That,
thing,
that,
with her being an former victim of that, I don't blame him for, because it's not like he knew that ahead of time. And I still stand by the opinion that if you're a comedian and you got to tackle certain subjects, you can't always just bite your tongue on certain issues just because someone might be offended by something you say. That's the nature of comedy. You kind of push boundaries, and sometimes you got to break people out of their comfort zone. And some people, they
don't
find
like it.
no. I'm saying some people find comfort in that type of humor. Like there was a TV show called Pellswig. You ever remember that? It was on Nickelodeon.
No, I've never heard of it.
It was a cartoon, and it was like the protagonist of that show was a kid in a wheelchair, and he was extremely snarky, sarcastic bastard.
Sweet.
And he had his own like a school comic he was doing for a school where basically a lot of his jokes were about people, basically all handicap jokes, and people got upset about it, and in the show, and they were basically trying to read the riot act, and then they like found out that he was actually handicapped, and then they dropped the whole thing.
Oh, because now it's fine. Because yeah, okay.
Same thing because the creator of that show was also wheelchair bound. So that's basically how he examined the whole thing. And I love that show and I love that episode for that particular reason because it really goes to show how there's a kind of weird discrepancy issue. Is that thing where I can say this, I can do that because I'm part of this thing. But it also shows that, yeah, some people, they're perfectly fine with it and they cope with their ailments or their disabilities through humor, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I wonder how many people are still listening to this.
This isn't a live stream. It's just us recording.
I know.
Oh, fuck you then. Fuck you and your ponytail.
That would be awkward sex and would be really hard to clean up.
For you, not for me.
Well, yeah. Oh, right. You don't care. You and your fucking black privilege.
Yes, I feel so privileged right now.
You are. Look who you're spending your evening with.
All of us on the plantation. Basically, what people don't know, Uncle Ruckus was right. On a slave farm, we basically had it good. We were taking advantage of their kindness.
I fucking love Uncle Ruckus. That guy was
Oh dear.
great.
Yeah, that actually was my favorite character from the show. I think I'm gonna. There was a live action version of him apparently.
The Whiteys are just so great.
You kicked them terrorist sons of bitches in the nuts. I can't do an impression of him.
Neither can I. I can't do that voice.
Oh lordy.
That's
I
a
love.
damn good character. Go watch the Boondocks if you haven't.
Like they did a DNA test to find
It's
like
a good fuck show.
I'm gonna prove how white I am. It gets his DNA test. Oh no, it says I'm 102% black with a 2% margin of error. And then that was the BET episode, which was also awesome. And it also had one of my favorite lines like when Huey goes on a hunger strike, and this kid gets off from the TV. Man, fuck BT. I'm gonna read a book. Like, good for you, kid. Someone had to say it.
And BET is like an evil fucking network. It's just out to destroy black people.
I love how, like, when you find out about the hunger strike, like, this is a little nigga called Huey, he's hating, and he's like, what does he have against us besides the fact that we're trying to destroy black people? What? What's wrong?
Besides the fact that we're trying to destroy black people. Okay.
I love the fact that they never interact with him at all.
No. And that fucking agent guy who just keeps popping up.
The agent guy. You're talking about what's his name from like blah 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 went to college guy, or
No, what was he like, Agent White or whatever?
Oh, Agent White, yeah, the White Shadow, I think he called him.
He just kept showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think there was supposed to be some kind of explanation for it, but they kind of dropped it after a while.
'Cause fuck it.
And what really could you do with that? Like, and bear in mind, because MacGruber was the one who wrote the original strip, and he kind of wrote the lines for that. Did the writing for that show.
Yeah.
And the earlier because MacGruber used to be kind of I don't know if he still is. He's like kind of a bit of a 9/11 conspiracy theorist.
Oh no, conspiracies about 9/11. Don't let the internet know.
I watch Loose Change. I love when people tell me that and seriously expect me to take them seriously afterwards.
You don't?
No, I happen to not take people seriously. That's like saying that. Oh no, that's like saying like I know a lot about being a doctor. I take a lot of herbal medicine.
Yeah. My medicine is all organic. I am a smart individual.
I only take organic drugs.
Organic drugs?
I only take organic heroin, thank you very much.
I like the whole thing. It's like, no, don't go to the doctors. God intended you to do fucking whatever. It's like, didn't your God make doctors? Just go to the fucking doctor.
Not just that, but I don't know. I even explained to some because I'm again not agnostic atheist myself. I don't really open to the idea of God, very much so actually, but you just got to prove it to me first.
You have leprosy and your arm fell off?
Well, heal it with
Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Fuck, you gotta switch to canola oil.
Heal it with Jeebus.
Get some healing crystals.
I was imagining
some beads.
Yeah, I love South Park basically like lambasted them people who think that way. Like Kyle needs a new kidney and he's dying, and his mom's too stupid. Like, oh, give me some of that new shit.
And the chick was called Misinformation.
Yeah.
The pun was not lost on me.
And even Cheech and the guy Cheech and Chong playing the two quote unquote Indians, they're like, dude, get that kid to the hospital.
We're not Indian, man. We're more Mexican. And then everyone gets pissed.
And kills the shit out of that woman. Yeah, I can't stand pseudoscience. Like, it's not even pseudoscience. It's like there's an inherent mistrust of people in those positions because it's understandable because doctors fuck up every now and again, and it's fine. But let me put it to you like this. When my mom was in the hospital twice over, having to get surgery twice, I wasn't sitting there thinking, man, if only mom had just smoked some more herbal substances.
Yeah. Like, it would have cured what ails her.
She got it her surgery was done by one of the best surgeons in the entire country, and he did it personally and monitored her afterwards and like, well, sir, I do appreciate you saving my mom's life and all, but I don't know. We got these anti-surgery beads. I think I have more trust from the man in the van, the coffee van over there, than you, Mr. I have a PhD bullshit. Pfft.
I like that anti-surgery beads.
Like, well, what does PhD stand for? Phony other words? I can't think of.
Man, you're getting at me for the lack of humor.
Don't ever insult me like that. I will never be you.
Your amazing joke about PhD died at P.
No, that's Brady.
Oh.
Blah blah R. Kelly.
You can't make R. Kelly jokes. That's Brady's thing.
No, I'm insulting Brady by I don't know if he's probably even listening to this. He doesn't watch
Brady. Final Fantasy 13 is not a good game.
We will never let you go. Let you live that down.
No, you are never living that down.
In fact, when we meet in person, if we ever get the money to have an actual meetup, we're gonna kick the shit out of you first before we hug you.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whip out a copy of Final Fantasy 13 and just burn it in front of him.
And he'll probably knowing Brady, he's gonna probably just look at you and like, you paid for that just to do that?
Yes. Yes.
Well, you do have a copy, so you can burn your own. But I can imagine you'd be like
2 copies.
I can imagine you'd be like, well, I don't like to destroy my games. No matter how bad they are. You never know when they might be worth something. Imagine how bad, like someone years ago, like, destroying his CDI games because of how awful they are, and then later on finding out how much they're worth. Oh, god damn it!
Oh, fuck. CGI shit is so goddamn expensive.
I could have sold...
And they're all terrible.
I could have sold it to AVGN and made... I could have been the person who, like, responsible for AVGN episodes.
I thought a lot of people donated their stuff to him.
Yeah, they do. Like, occasionally they do. It's a matter of when he axes them. I don't know. I don't really look up to a lot of the behind the scenes stuff when it comes to that. Did you see the episode, the fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the movie trailer?
No, I didn't.
It's basically like he made a fake trailer for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the game, the movie. Like that idea.
What?
the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde game where you walk around at a snail's pace, avoiding bombs and people like throwing shit at you for no reason. He made a trailer.
The game made no fucking sense.
Yeah, he made a trailer for that. Basically, he's going to his wedding and people in the town hate him for no reason whatsoever and are dedicating a lot of time to try and kill him for some reason.
That sounds amazing.
Like, one of my favorite lines, like, he walked up to me the other day and said, "Good morning, I hope you have a nice day." No, he said, "Good morning," and everyone's like, "Oh, that son of a bitch." He's like, "I hope you have a nice day." "Oh, who are you to tell me what to do?" "Yeah!" "I won't stop until every man, woman, and child, and insect is after him."
I have to watch this.
And they, like, apparently like, when you look at the trailer and you look at the behind the scenes, they improvise a lot of those lines they do when they're talking to each other.
That sounds great.
It's Kevin Finn and a bunch of other friends. And the guy who's playing the Jekyll, I swear he could play like a Time Lord.
A Time Lord?
Yes.
Did you get all Doc Hoovian on me?
Yes, I did get all Doc Brown on you. I don't watch... I think I'm in my... It's not even like I'm disinterested. All those episodes, I just don't want to have to make the time. And plus, I can't
You made a time joke.
I can't get past how much I dislike Rose Tyler.
Oh my god, she is such a stupid fucking bitch, and she keeps showing up.
It's just always just like, I don't know, priorities woman, you know?
She gets locked away in another dimension, seasons later, shows the fuck up. They do, like, the 50th anniversary special for Doctor Who, and it's like 3 or 4 of the Doctors all showing up at the same time, which, by the way, has a massive continuity error. But then it's like, fucking Rose Tyler just shows the fuck up. Like, Jesus Christ, let her die.
Well,
BBC and Rose Tyler is like Square Enix and Final Fantasy VII.
well, I hate BBC to begin with.
It's like they just won't let Rose die. It's like, no, she was a really fucking annoying character. Just stop.
Well, the thing is, we're in the minority about that, though. That's a sad thing.
Most people like Rose Tyler, but she did such stupid stuff.
I know, but I think I don't know. I think it's the fact that Billie Piper, the actress that played Rose Tyler, actually did a good job. But the thing is, she did a good job for. I don't think even Rose Tyler is a poorly written character. She's just a bad, annoying character, you know. And
yeah, it's like, okay, the first episode where they had that paradox happen and all the Time Reaper shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, I get it. And then later on, it's like, oh, look, it's her dad from another dimension. And she's, like, acting the exact same fucking way. The doctor's like, don't do that. It's not your father. Don't fuck around. Same shit anyway.
And she does nothing to fix it.
Like, she's talking to her fucking alternate dad, and it's like, oh, you're familiar somehow. Like, bullshit! Bull fucking shit! She is in no way familiar to you!
I just don't. She does nothing to fix that situation. Her father basically goes out and does what needs to be done. And it's like, and I understand, like, the whole point of the character like that is that she's obviously in over her head, right?
Yeah.
But Summers, like Mickey, I loved Mickey, Mickey's character. He's like
Mickey was just like an average guy who got wrapped up in all that shit.
But he is so quick to jump at the call when he needs to.
Yeah.
And the thing about him is like, oh, I don't want to be in this. I'm not, I don't think I can handle it, dude. You are the perfect companion for the Doctor. Just because he doesn't want to fuck you doesn't mean you aren't welcome. Oh, maybe you can get with Jack. He wants to fuck everything.
Well, yeah, he's bi and also Bo.
No, I think basically he's an omnisexual, and apparently in the future
omnisexual. I wanna fuck it.
Like I saw there was an episode where they go into the future and everything is like run by game shows or some shit. And and he's hitting on the robots that are like changing his clothes.
The fucking robot chicks who were like gonna cut his face off, and he's fucking hitting on them. Like, okay.
And he hit a gun between his butt cheeks.
Like, Jesus, dude, how horny are you?
Apparently that's a normal thing in the future. Like, we must have gone really far if we're going to that extent.
Yes, we progressed so far.
We progressed so far that we regressed.
Where the fucking gay character or whatever hides a gun in his ass.
No, I'm just talking about that. The fact that he wants to fuck literally everything is like, imagine he goes back in time to see like dinosaurs, like the time of caveman, and caveman's still trying to figure out, I put penis here, what happens? It's like, and he's just like, this is perfectly normal to me. These guys get it. I don't know why people in your time don't get it, Rose.
You know what I didn't get about that fucking one episode. Was there another one with fucking Rose Tyler where the fucking Cybermen ended up fighting the Daleks?
I didn't
like.
What
they established like right off the bat that the Cybermen can't destroy the Daleks at all. Like they can't even pierce the shields.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, here's this giant battle. It's like the Cybermen have lost. You showed us right off the bat, like at the very fucking beginning, that they're
where's
inadequate to fight this.
So where's the fucking tension?
There isn't any. It's like, oh, Daleks. Like, oh, again? These guys are like invincible.
Well,
except to each other.
They made it perfectly. Like they even essentially said, like, you would exterminate the Cybermen with 4 Daleks. We would exterminate the Cybermen with 1 Dalek.
Yeah, that was fun. That part where they're just bantering with one another.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they're both emotionless, but they know how to diss each other.
It's like, this is great. I just want to listen to this part a few times.
I want them to have a spin-off show.
A spin-off show where it's just the Daleks arguing with the Cybermen.
Like the design lacks elegance. Like Daleks do not have have the concept of elegance. That is
This is
obvious.
obvious. That
Like
was good.
burn. Although the Daleks want to destroy the entire world because they essentially hate everything else in existence.
Didn't the guy who created the Daleks like want to destroy reality for some reason?
Why did you want to do that? Nothing was on TV that day. I was kind of having a phase.
For no reason he wanted to destroy all of existence. I think he was just like that was his audition for a Final Fantasy antagonist.
Daleks, Doctor Who, and Final Fantasy crossover. Basically, that doesn't. That sounds exciting to some people, but that sounds boring to me. Is that weird?
You want to know what would happen if you crossed over Doctor Who with Final Fantasy? You'd get Final Fantasy 13.
I was about to say that. I knew you were going for that.
The time travel.
Makes no fucking sense.
No, the time travel in 13.2 negates the entire point of the game.
Yeah.
I think I told this to Brady in one of the.
Wait,
Final
well,
Fantasy
wasn't it like you have to
games.
go back in time and stop yourself from going back in time at some point?
No, I don't know. I didn't. I've only been watching my brother play. 'Cause I can't bring myself to deal with that series, the 13 series.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so there's one part. I told Brady this. It's like one part where you have to. There's a giant flan in a forest that's dissolving the crystal that's holding up Cocoon,
That's stupid.
and you have to kill it. It's like you have to kill it so that Cocoon doesn't fall.
Mhm.
Like, okay, but right then you can't do it, so I guess you come back to it later. It's like, okay, so you just go through some other time thing, and it sends you to the future, and in that future, Cocoon's still up in the air. Like, oh, so in this future, the flan's been defeated. Like, so in the game, I don't need to do it because I'm in the future now, and anything I needed to do in the past has been done as of now.
It feels weird because that's what the whole 13 series seems to ride on. Is like, yeah, you can win this game by basically not doing anything.
It's like, hey, you want to know how you beat Final Fantasy 13-2? Travel to the end of the timeline, and anything you'll have needed to do in the entire game will have been done.
And if that doesn't work, just go a little bit ahead and see what needs to be done, and then just do it when it comes. Or in fact, or don't travel at all and just let things ride out.
Or if you want to play a Final Fantasy game that has some really simple, straightforward time travel that makes sense, just go play the first one.
Makes sense is kind of subjective.
Okay, Final Fantasy 1, it was like, okay, he's a god in the past, and he made a time loop to keep himself alive forever. That's it. That's the extent of time travel in Final Fantasy 1.
I like Garland's. I like how they kind of expanded Garlick's personality. They expanded him just enough to make him not really interesting, but kind of cool. Like, basically, why does he want to live forever? Because he likes fighting, and he wants to fight forever.
Yeah, it's like Garland is the antagonist behind all of Dissidia, because he's perpetuating this war.
Like, he's just and the thing is, like, in another time, if he were fighting a legit war for a cause, then he probably would be the protagonist. But he's so caught up with how much he loves it that he can't stop.
Did Dissidia ever explain why when the good guys die, they lose their memories, but the bad guys don't?
Fuck you, that's why. Well, they're I think it's plot convenience armor, besides the fact that it's more dramatic tension if the bad guys are able to do it.
Oh. Yeah, I just thought that would be explained. It's just like, oh yeah, the bad guys remember everything. Okay, so they have a massive advantage. The only way the good guys can learn everything is for them to never die.
Well, there's some tension. Well, it doesn't make sense, but I would rather have there be something that adds tension, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like, where's the tension in 13? Like a game like 13 is like, well, if you don't do this thing, then I'm going to kill you. But if you do this thing, I might kill you anyway.
I would have liked for some of the things you fought in the story mode to be like not just duplicates of the other characters.
I would have liked for an entirely different game.
Oh, did you not like Dissidia?
No, I was talking about 13 again.
Oh. Well, 13 isn't a game, it's a movie.
Not a particularly plot. Characters just show right the fuck up when they feel like it.
It had such a good battle mechanic. It's like, look, you can switch your team around to suit the battle scenario or whatever. It's like, except you can just do a commando, a ravager, and a medic and win every fight.
I don't know if it's a good battle mechanic. I think it's a good sound foundation for that.
That's what I mean. It was a good idea, but there was no point in it because there was just like an ultimate combo you could get right off the bat.
Not just that, but I don't know. There's like some people would actually like the fact that there's no random battles, but I don't know. It's like the enemies there are there because they have to, just for you to get the exact level you need to be, so you can beat the boss. That no more, no less.
Yeah.
So where's the? There's had to be some level of tension so I can feel invested in actually overcoming things. Like I like it when the game gives me the option to grind.
You can't. Well, you can kind of grind. Eventually in 13.
20 fucking hours into the game, though.
It's like, oh, the game gets good 20 hours in.
Fuck you, why can't the game be good
now?
That's
not a defense.
Fuck you, I love Spoonie. Like, fuck you, why can't the game be good now?
I can't get over how stereotypical Saz is.
Yeah.
And he's like the only character I don't hate, because he's like,
he has something, like, he's relatable, at the very least. A little bit.
It sounds like relatable. It's like, yeah, he's wrapped up in all this because his fucking son got kidnapped, and he's trying to fucking save his son.
Not just that, but it's also the fact that, I don't know, he's the one that's always commenting when something doesn't make sense.
Yeah. What was everyone else's motivation in that game?
Snow... Okay, the whiny bitch... Well, that's that
I'm sorry, which one?
Okay, the whiniest bitch, the one with the dead mother. Hope. He wants to kill Snow because his mother was stupid and left his son alone in a war zone, and for some reason he blames Snow. No, seriously, fuck Hope. That's fuck his mother too.
And how fucking convenient that Snow's little group goes by the same name as Hope's fucking mother.
Exactly, it's like... Am I supposed to feel sorry for this kid because he's too stupid to actually ask Snow about the circumstance? And bear in mind, technically it was Snow's fault because, well, let's launch a full head-on assault without thinking about it. But his mom could have said no at any time.
No, she couldn't, because moms are tough.
I hate that line so goddamn much.
Moms are tough.
It's so clever. You get it? She's a strong, independent woman. Let's kill her off to make drama.
Moms are tough. And also, we're all skilled in the use of firearms.
I can't help but... Yeah, tough my ass. I can't help but notice that you can't survive the same fall that Snow survived. Seriously, like that makes no sense. She falled and died, but everyone else who falls from that exact same height usually end up fine.
There were just so many things wrong with that game.
Yeah,
and reading the fucking codex entries to explain the plot is not good storytelling.
You know, I always love ranting about that game, but I bet we need to stop because we do this at least once every 2 videos.
Every time we talk, at some point we bitch about Final Fantasy 13.
Or Final Fantasy in general. I have a treat for you, Third.
Oh?
It's made of chocolate.
Oh, is it you?
No, well, I was gonna send you some chocolates through the mail. Fuck you now.
You're not a sexy chocolate man, Najee. I throb for you.
You almost slipped into your Professor Oak accent.
Oh my.
I can't do them. No, I canceled on the Macho Man idea because I can't do that voice anymore for some reason. I
Oh
can do.
no, Naji, you know how to make an old man throb.
I can't. It's weird. I can do that voice when I'm not recording, but anytime I try to, I just immediately start coughing up. I have a.
Yeah, that's a really gravelly voice. That'd be hard to do.
I know someone. There's this guy from this channel called New Legacy Inc. Dino Wenwood, I think his name is, and he does a perfect. He does a perfect impression of him, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and other guys too. Like almost pitch perfect. And he had like this thing where it's like Stone Cold coming and riding on a Harley with a T-shirt. It's like I'm not. It's like I no longer am going by my slave name. I'm now Kane Malik Shabazz Austin, and I will no longer be oppressed by the white woman known as Deborah.
What?
Deborah was Stone Cold's ex-wife that he had domestic violence charges on.
Oh, okay. That
And
just
like,
sounded fucking
and I shoved my
ridiculous.
black fist right in her face. Yeah.
Jesus.
Like he's like calling his group like I'm the leader of the snakeship of domination of Deborah. Drink Hennessy, beat Deborah. Basically, he was the head of a faction that was solely dedicated to beating his ex-wife.
That sounds great.
And like one person trying to get a contract so to keep his wife away from him. It's like he doesn't want to beat Deborah, and Stone Cold, you Uncle Tom. You gotta listen to it. Like New Legacy Inc. Go look it up. They're great. They dip into they're basically they seem like something that we would hang out with regularly if we knew them personally. They have a kind of exact kind of dark humor.
And then we'll send them a message asking to hang out with them, and they're just going to be, what the
Well,
fuck are these guys?
Well,
Fuck this.
37,000 subscribers versus us. No, that ain't gonna happen.
You just got to believe, Naji.
Well, I'm friends with Hudo, and he has 100,000.
Oh.
And if he says we're not friends, I'll
Wait.
stab him.
Fucking name dropping.
Okay, I have a story here.
Oh.
It's a creepypasta.
God damn it. Every time you fuckers bring me in on one of those, I fucking hate it.
Well, you need to get included in on this eventually. You make a great guest on bad creepypasta.
Jeez. But they're all written so fucking badly.
Well, I clicked the random link, so maybe this one will be good.
Oh. Yeah. Now it's being chosen at random instead of on purpose. I have such fucking faith.
Witching hour has begun. That's me clearing my throat. Are you ready?
Are you okay? I was gonna send me a link so I could read along with you.
Oh, okay. Do you have your... Okay, let me see. I don't know what it is with Skype on my laptop. For some reason, group conversations take a while, longer to load lately.
That happens with me too.
Okay, so it isn't just me.
No, it's not just you.
Fix your shit, Skype.
If Skype fix its shit, okay.
Yeah,
Skype will fix its shit as soon as creepypasta stops sucking.
most of them suck, not all of them.
Witching hour has begun.
It was a really...
Oh, that's the name of it? I thought that was like the introduction, like,
No, it's not.
like the first line.
No. Okay, I'll begin. It was a boring day. It was a really boring
Oh, great,
day.
great. That's fucking great. Way to fucking bring me into your story. It was really boring. Okay, I'm done. Fuck you. I'm out. Nope.
In fact, a rather boring week. But that's high school for you, right? Depends.
I had... Yes. I played a lot of Metroid Prime Pinball in high school.
I forgot that existed.
It was a good game.
Uh, I it says something about me where like I want to just I was half tempted to go on a random tangent about what's a really good pinball game.
Hey, let's talk about Metroid Prime instead of bringing this shit. Apparently, it was a really boring day and a really boring week.
So I like Pokemon pinball.
The original or the Ruby Sapphire
I like
version?
them both actually.
I I only ask because I know there's a Ruby Sapphire version. I've never played it.
It's good. I think it's a better. I think it's a bit better than the original. They kind of expanded upon it. Back to the story. Stop stalling me. I was working around the neighborhood, doing odd jobs for nearly a year. I was working to save up enough cash for an iPhone. Something about that sentence, I want to complain, but I can't. I still...
Here's what it is. He's been doing odd jobs for a fucking year
And
can't afford an iPhone.
Well, I don't know. You go on lay. There's a reason why some people give that shit away for cheap on eBay and whatnot, because they usually don't fucking work.
You can shovel driveways in winter, and you'd be able to afford an iPhone in like a month.
Yeah. They just, I don't know, maybe he lives in Cambodia and it's just really hard to find people who want to there's shovel, like, there's no snow here. Well, can I shovel the sand away from some places?
Maybe most of the odd jobs he's been doing has been sucking dick, and most of the money he's made has gone into buying mouthwash.
Oh, holy shit, third.
Apparently, he's got nothing better to do. It's really boring days. It's really boring weeks.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
That's a stupid fucking way to start your story.
I still wasn't at that goal, but being the impatient guy I am, I was willing to settle for an iPod Touch, which I can afford. iPod.
Wait. Okay, I get that they're pretty much the same thing, except for the phone feature.
Mm-hmm.
But if all you wanted was a thing that plays games and music, why the fuck were you aiming for a product that costs like 5 times as much?
I think aim high. I think that's the idea. I don't know.
How about you just aim realistically? Go buy a fucking Zune.
Or buy a Nano.
Oh god, I have a Nano.
I have 2.
Nano was the first iPod I had.
I just hate... It's good battery life, but I just hate how... I have to fucking... I get, I want the screen.
Oh, okay.
I had browsed Amazon, eBay, the usual places without much success. To be fair, there were plenty of iPod Touches. They were just all out of my budget. So
Wait, what? You just said you could afford an iPod Touch, and now you're saying they're all out of your fucking budget? Fuck you!
Calm down, man. We haven't even gotten to we haven't even gotten to the meat of the story. Come on.
I know! It already sucks, and it's contradicting itself.
So, with it being the first day of spring break and not really having much to do, I decided to check out the nearest thrift store. You're gonna buy electronics from a thrift store. Okay. I can speak. I love
got my Kindle from the store.
Yeah. No, I never find anything good in electronics department at thrift store. Maybe our thrift stores suck.
I also know the owner of the thrift store, so.
You know what's bullshit? I went there once, and just as someone was giving away working N64 with all the Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and all that. And I couldn't buy it then because they were pricing it. And by the time I got back, it was all gone.
Fuckers.
Son of a bitch. Where was I? Thrift store. Being a relatively small town, it labeled itself a used furniture store, but had VHS tape, Game Boy Color games, DVDs, older and newer stuff.
Thanks for clearing that up after mentioning it carried both VHS and DVDs.
Yes, well, we have to clarify which is old and which is new. Some people still use VHS, then they live in a cave eating their own feces.
It was labeled a used furniture store, but had VHS tapes, Game Boy Color games, DVDs, movies and games.
I walked in and checked out where they kept the MP3s and tablets. Tablets?
Where they keep the MP3s?
The MP3s, so they keep literal data stored in their house. Are they still so backwards that okay, this place is old, so maybe they're selling ringtones?
No, they have. You have to wear an Oculus Rift going into this store, so you can literally walk up to where the MP3s are floating in the ether.
And so, since it's that old, you know what song is going to be playing, right? Dee da dee do do dee da dee do. Oh God, that song makes you want to kill yourself. And sure enough, there was one iPod Touch there. I'm not an Apple connoisseur or anything, so I couldn't tell what generation it was. But it was dirt cheap, just $10. Bullshit!
Yeah, bullshit.
And no, I'm not buying it. I still have money left. What do you mean? Why do you have to point that? Yeah, $10 and you've been working for the entire year. You didn't have to mention that.
I told you all this money's been going into buying mouthwash.
I tried to ignore that line. I still have money left over. I never really liked buy from the place. What?
What?
I never really liked buy from the place. Okay. It had the habit of selling games that didn't play right and scratched CDs. It wasn't exactly very good in its reputation with electronics, but I didn't want to miss out on a good offer. After all...
Maybe because it's a fucking thrift store, you stupid asshole. You shouldn't be expecting things to be brand new.
What do you mean this is you? What do you like? Oh, look at this! Used condoms for $10.
That's like what a regular fucking box of condoms costs. Why would you buy them used for the same fucking price?
How do I know that they're used? Well... they're kind of preoccupied.
You know how the package says lubricated? That's not lube.
We're going to hell.
Yep.
After all, I doubt I would find one this inexpensive at a department store. No shit.
Shit.
So I asked the clerk about it. He told me what the previous owner had said. That it worked good. Well, the previous owner was illiterate and didn't know how to speak properly. It worked good.
It worked good.
Connected to Wi-Fi. It had been cleaned and taken care of. The claims made me a bit suspicious. Why dump an iPod that worked so well? Maybe he has something better.
It worked good and connected to Wi-Fi. What more could you ask?
But I, being the idiotic teenage boy that I was, and still am, I might add, bought it anyway. I figured
that is the most believable thing that's been written in this story.
I figured that if I didn't like it, I could always sell it to some middle schooler for the more money that I paid. Oh, you're a dick. I mean, I would do that too, but still. So
it's got to pay for that mouthwash.
God damn it, So I forked over my money and headed home. I took the charger for my old iPod Nano that had been broken years ago and plugged up the iPod. Took the No. An iPod Nano charger is...
Wait, this iPod Nano broke years ago and he just kept the charge cable?
The charge cable won't work for a Nano.
It does. It's the same plug.
It is?
Yeah, it's the same plug.
I don't know, because the one I got, it plugs into the audio port.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Mine works fine.
I messed around the computer for a while until it was charged up. I turned the power on and went to unlock it, and was met with an unnerving picture. Well, what do you expect by... you think... If you're gonna donate something Make sure you erase any dirty pictures that might incriminate you.
Yeah, wipe the dick pics.
Yeah, there were hundreds of them, and it was so small. That's the problem I have with it.
Hundreds of pictures, and I could barely see anything.
Like a forest of pubic hair, and one tiny little hill within that forest. Oh god, I hate
It's
myself.
like it's like companion stalking episode with the ghost of all the semen.
I'm not gonna even ask. Her skin,
That's a good show. Watch it.
it was a girl with long black hair and a black top who looked like she had been swimming in her clothes. Her skin gave off a pale blue glow, and the background looked like a lake. Background,
Background. Yes, separate words.
Oh, wonderful. We're dealing with an imbecile. Some text on the wallpaper read Marika's iPod. Marcia.
Wait, what wall?
Marcia's.
If you see this, it's not wallpaper as in like the picture. It's wall and paper, like paper on the wall. There's no wall in this picture. She's outside at a lake.
Okie dokie. I figured the guy had an affinity for horrors or Marcia. Do you know any dudes named Marcia third?
I'm assuming it's pronounced Marcia.
Marcia. I don't know. Oh yeah, Mind of Mencia.
Mind of Marcia?
No, there was a guy. Mencia is close enough.
Marcia?
Close enough. I figured the guy had an affinity for horror movies or photo editing and made this for his ex-girlfriend or something. That's really stretching it, and I unlocked it. The wallpaper, spelled correctly this time, was much more normal, and I relaxed. I noticed, though, that the previous owner hadn't disconnected from their account. It was odd enough, though it just made the normal basic apps the thing came with, and one really odd app. It was
Oh no!
yeah, possessed app. Press one, click here for demonic possession. It was titled "Witching Hour Has Begun." I tapped in and I began to read the text that faded on screen, along with a menacing tune that played along with it.
Oh my god, Nazi! Witching
What?
Hour Has Begun is the name of the story.
Yeah, title drop. That makes
And
it scary. We've come full
forgot.
circle. A story can only be scary if you come full circle, third.
Oh.
Hello, welcome to The Witching Hour Has Begun. Two buttons appeared. Yes and no. Nothing more to indicate what I was agreeing to or declining. I tapped yes, and the instructions said, "Prepare thy anus."
I was hoping that it actually said that, and then I looked, and I was disappointed.
and if you press no, it says, "Prepare thy anus." Well, I tapped yes. The instructions are simple. Survive. Closing the game out, I saw the iPod's wallpaper was now the image from the lock screen, the icon images, and pictures from the iPod. Everything! I could only figure that the game had totally corrupted whatever part of the iPod displayed images. I decided
That's called the screen.
Yes. I decided I had to fix it, naturally. After all, I had spent money... Demonic possession... Fucking the ghost ruined my iPod.
Oh my god.
Priorities, man. After all, I had spent money on it. Even if I could sell it off, I wanted to take a shot at fixing it. I tried to delete the app. A message appeared saying, "That's cheating."
Oh no.
Piggyback.
How about you just put the iPod down?
How about you sell it?
How about you just don't touch it anymore?
How about you give it to someone else?
He's gonna land on the spot, and he's gonna get stuck in the jungle until somebody rolls a 5 or 8.
Janumbi. Janumbi.
Did you say that wrong on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
That sent me a feeling that sent me a feeling to toss the iPod away then and there, but not too very worried. What? Not too very worried. I tried again.
That that was a very bad sentence.
I tried again. I said that's cheating. Oh, don't be snippy with me. I bought you, fuckface. Putting the iPod down for the night, I decided to get a fresh start in the morning.
Oh.
Third,
Okay.
third, do you have chills? Are you horrified? Are you horrified?
No. I'm
You have
I'm angry at this story.
I woke up at about 1 in the morning.
Damn, talked about getting a fresh start in the morning.
Are you now? That's now that's scary. Imagine having to work at that hour. I don't have to imagine because one day I will have to do that. Soul crushing.
1 a.m.? That's a prime number.
Wait a minute. What's the most common denominator of 1? 666? I didn't go to school. To the Apple product playing the eerie tune mixed with gibberish for the lyrics. What?
What?
To the Apple product playing an eerie
What?
tune. Playing an eerie tune mixed with gibberish for lyrics. Care to elaborate, third?
Does wait. Oh, okay. I'd like to say some things. When you turn on iPod Touch, it doesn't play any music. So there are no lyrics to go with this non-existent music. So there is no gibberish for the non-existent lyrics that go with this non-existent music.
Okay. I picked it up groggily.
Does this guy not know how shit works?
No. I picked it up groggily. Still not very awake. Your choice of vernacular is kind of off, good sir. I was certain there had been
Redundant.
There had been no music on the iTunes before. How would you know that if you didn't check?
What?
How would he know if there's music on the if he didn't never check?
I don't know about you, Dodgy, but before I bought this iPod, I don't remember there ever being music on iTunes.
Well, there was. I tossed the iPod across the room. Okay.
Wait. If he's talking about iTunes, does that mean his computer was on? Like, iTunes on the computer?
Wait. Doesn't iTunes on the iPod, doesn't iTunes immediately open up if there's an Apple product plugged in?
You can set it to do that, yeah.
So, this guy confuses me. I tossed the iPod across the room after reading the title of the song, Witching Hour Has Begun. That shut it up for a while. Yeah, that shows you son of a bitch.
No, I'm really confused about this. Like, iTunes on your computer is different from iTunes on the iPod.
I think it means on the iPod, but...
'Cause that's the iTunes store.
I think this guy's an idiot.
Like, iTunes on your computer is, like, by default it opens your iTunes library, and then you can also go to the iTunes store. And on your iPod, by default it goes to the iTunes store, because you can't access your library on it.
I think we're reading too deeply into this one.
I don't know what he's talking... This is all happening on the iPod, right?
Yes.
Because then that means he was certain there'd been no music on the iTunes before. He means that in the store there had been no music.
Okay, here's I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. The last iPod thing he had, the last Apple product he had was an iPod Nano, and he's upgraded to an iPhone, something with a touch screen. So he probably doesn't know how the fuck this stuff works.
the Nano couldn't access iTunes.
Yeah, that's my point. He's an idiot, and he doesn't know these things work, and he doesn't look it up first.
I hate this guy.
Oh, we'll get to worse ones. This won't be the only thing we'll read third.
God, remember back at the beginning when it was just a boring day and a boring week? Can we go back to that?
You would rather have monotony than just outright stupidity.
Yes.
Too bad.
No.
Unable to fall back asleep, I started my morning routine until I heard another song playing. I slowly, cautiously moved back to my room. It was the same song from before, but sounded sped up. I picked up the iPod. A message appeared on screen, with a space to type an answer. Are you scared? No.
No.
I typed in.
No, I'm upset with you.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking mad as well. Go watch Grade A Under A. No, I typed, lying, not wanting to be scared of a toy most fourth graders had at this point had.
I don't think many people consider an iPod Touch a toy.
Yeah, no. I remember I got my first one in. I did get my first one when I was in high school.
I bought my iPod Nano retail and it was like $80.
I got mine. No, my school gave me my iPod Touch. I can't.
Fuck?
Yeah, it was a gift from the school. I don't remember why though. It was one of the nicest things that ever happened to me though. But
I feel so bad for you now.
You think they gave it to me out of pity?
The school gave me an iPod Touch. It was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. Oh, no, that was just depressing.
It was when it was new, so it was nice. No, I always appreciate that. Are you scared? Oh, no. Basically, this guy's saying what we're saying, but he's lying about it. The song sped up again. The title changed to You Should Be. The lyrics stopped. The music continued. The title changed to Run. I didn't need to be run from what?
The iPod, I guess. He drops it in the next paragraph.
So what did he expect the iPod to run after him?
Well, no, he'll turn the corner and it'll be in front of him.
Be like a slasher film. I'd be like that.
He'll be running through the forest and he'll trip, and when he gets back up, the iPod will be on top of him.
And it's just like we just see an iPod on a string just bouncing up and down and cutting between him being disemboweled. It'd be like that episode, like the Board James episode of Dream Phone.
Oh God.
I didn't need to be told twice. I dropped the iPod and bolted out the door into the chill of the early hours, and I didn't go back until my mom made me come in about 8 in the morning. You suck.
What?
What did she find you?
So what, you've been outside half dressed for like 7 hours?
What were you doing out there?
Yeah, what, did he just like run outside the house and then hang out on his porch?
Just ran out and just stopped to smoke a blunt, fell asleep, took a nap.
Stoop kid's afraid to leave the stoop.
I just imagine like the immediate panic and like I don't feel like making the commitment to run out and get help.
Mom says I'm not allowed outside when the street lights are on. I guess I shouldn't go.
Aren't you 35? Yeah, but Mom said so. You didn't run. I guess my better judgment, I picked it up again. Why?
Why?
Just throw it away. When it started to make noise, you didn't run fast enough. The message read. He didn't
run. He went outside and stopped and came back.
So technically, that's not running fast. He's not wrong. The song rapidly slowed down.
Yeah. I hate when shit like that shows up. I get what you're saying, but No.
I tripped gracefully.
Yes.
I see you. Do you see me? The video part of the iPod opened. What?
Wait, what?
The video part of the iPod opened. You mean the video app?
You was gonna say the app, the video part.
The video part.
Did the camera open?
What, did they just have a camera segment that we didn't know about? Hey, third, apparently the iPod has some weird functions that we didn't know about.
It grew a camera while he was out on the stoop.
It just showed me. I just imagine this is an iPod Touch developed by the think tank.
The last iTunes update, fixed your hardware. Now it's an iPad.
It's sapient. It just showed me with a girl with black hair and a black top, blah blah, who looked like she had just been swimming with her clothes on, who had skin that gave off a pale blue glow. We've been over this. She wasn't there. She wasn't there. Just in the iPod. What?
What?
Okay, she's behind him. The internet opened to Wikipedia to show a page about.
Witch hunts?
You can't do this. You can't expect me to take this seriously.
What?
That brings me to now, running to a house, an unknown one with someone I don't know in it, to put this iPod on them. What?
Wait.
So is this
what do witch hunts have to do with the witching hour?
What does this have to do with iPods?
It's like it opened to witch hunts. Why? Because the witching hour was a term for midnight.
Well, this is an oddly specific way to do this kind of stupid ritual thing too. It's like, okay, first you got to get an iPod and possess it, and then hope someone buys it from a thrift shop, and then hope that they click the fucking app. What happens if they decide to delete do a reboot of everything? Well, I guess our plans are shot to hell. Why are we doing this again?
What is this story?
It's crack. That brings me to, okay, if you see an iPod with that odd lock screen, get rid of it fast. Don't unlock it. Don't tap the app. Listen to yourself. You tried to say that and try to intimidate me. Because
Wait! He's warning us, if you see an iPod with that odd lock screen, get rid of it. Right after saying that he is typing this story on that iPod. He's warning us about a device that he is holding.
So I think someone just playing a prank on him, and I think he's too stupid to fully commit to actually getting rid of it. I think he's bullshitting about getting rid of it, but it's new. Because
if you ever come across this iPod that I'm holding right now, get rid of it. Even though I'm holding it,
it's mine. I'm not giving it away. But in case you happen to come across, if you come across it, my address is on the back. If you could give it back to me, thanks. Because whatever this Marcia girl seemed to play witch hunt. But with witch hunting you, too late. Witching hour has begun. Run. The end. I love this story. I love this story until it got to the end. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Oh well, still a good story though. Thanks.
Wait! What? That's a thing somebody said.
Yeah, the second comment, please read it in your Porky voice.
In the Porky voice?
Yes, I just love hearing that voice.
Not bad. Sorry.
Not bad. A little confusing here and there due to bad grammar or missing words. I'm not too sure which was the case, but it was pretty creepy. I will say, though, that the haunted game genre is a bit overdone. Still not bad. A 3.7 out of 5. Yeah.
Oh God, I love that voice.
Yeah, spanky, spankety, spankety.
Oh God. So, what are your thoughts on this third?
Fuck a cactus. Those are my thoughts. This guy can just go fuck a cactus.
What if he finds pleasure in that?
I don't fuck. You know what? Good for him. Don't care. Cactus fucking is his future. Witch hunt. You get captured by a witch. He's gonna fuck with the cactus.
Captured by a witch is gonna fuck a cactus.
Whatever. I don't fucking care. That was stupid.
I liked it.
No, you didn't.
That's what I would say if I was a retard.
Would you give it 3.7 out of 5?
Fuck no.
Would you give it 9.3 out of 10?
Is it?
Because apparently the people on fucking Creepypasta Wiki are incapable of using whole numbers.
You know what's sad? You know, the beginning part of the story that was really boring is actually the best part.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Oh my god.
Because at least then, like, it was, we there's some potential to build up. It's like by the end, it's like, okay, so this is where we've gone to, hon. It's all downhill from here. Yeah, it was at the end that I realized that the story wasn't good.
The best part of this story is how, past the comments, there's a link to a different story called "I Think My Phone Is Trying to Hurt Me," which is a nice change from something trying to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, I just imagine it's not even trying to hurt him physically. It's just passive-aggressive remarks about his weight. Oh, I love how you just wear anything.
I wish I was that lax about my appearance.
Well, you know, not everyone needs to fit into everything, darling. My phone's...
Oh my god, this story was so fucking stupid.
And will it surprise you if I told you that this story wasn't even remotely close to being the worst on this website?
This would not surprise me.
Now
Because
then,
I was there when you read 1999.
I think even people in the wiki are kind of realizing that that story's not that good.
Good! It's not good! It's fucking stupid! It is so fucking stupid! That story should have ended like 2 paragraphs in.
Only 2. Not just that, like, we've been... I don't think Brady's ever going to get around to really... And I don't blame him because I think he kind of lost the other recordings. Either that or they didn't record properly. But, yeah, for those who don't know, we were doing a reading of 1999, the creepypasta. We invited Third, even though he knew nothing about it, but he knew that story wasn't any good. He knew just enough to know that he didn't like it.
Stupid fucking story.
Basically, the problem with that story is that it goes on for too long, and a lot of what's happening in the story, like, I'm going to take my kid over to spend a day at some stranger's place with no supervision and a creepy shack. Nothing could go wrong.
Right?
And basically, a lot of that story kind of follows that asinine logic. Now then.
What?
Third, I understand I've hurt you badly from that story. And I'm sorry.
I have a feeling you're not.
I mean, I'm not, but... Okay, hold on. Let's see... Let's see what we can find here. That will be.
I'm looking at the categories for this story.
What are they?
The most generic, non-specific things you could possibly imagine. Beings, items and objects, and computers and internet.
That sounds like a list of, like, sexual preferences.
It's like beings. Oh, okay.
Okay, this story is Brady and Damien covered this, right?
I'm
But
gonna
you've
assume yes.
You ever heard of Crybaby Lane?
No.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say first and foremost, this was an actual original Nickelodeon movie, but they're trying to imply that there was some deeper thing that we don't know about.
Oh, a conspiracy theory
Yeah.
about Nickelodeon?
Oh yeah.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, the conspiracy theory is that they've been sucking for years and they keep having bad live action shows with shitty kids that can't act.
Oh, kind of like Disney.
Basically, they're both going downhill.
Well, then Disney just made Star Wars, and I guess that's pretty good.
Well, I can't complain about Cartoon Network because they have all the shows like Steven Universe and We Bear Bears is surprisingly good. I love that show just based on its design, character design.
You need to link me to this new, what I will loosely refer to as a story,
Okay.
because I like to read along.
You seem to be under the impression that I would endow you with such a privilege.
Do you want me to speak in the Porky voice again? Because I'll just never do it if you keep this up.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, damn right. Oh my god, I'm out. I don't want to read this.
I'll read it.
First thing I saw was in 1999. Well, I read a stupid fucking shitty thing about that once.
Okay, calm your tits. Your tits are flailing all over the place. Calm them. You're like really big man from Rocko's Modern Life. Really big man. Anyone who gets that reference, you... Crybaby Lane. In 1999, I was 22, and I had just graduated from Emerson University in downtown Boston, majoring in screenwriting, specifically in cartoons and children's programming. My debt was pretty bad, so when Nickelodeon...
That seems like a really specific program to be taking.
I was a convicted pedophile, and I just wanted something to appeal to children with. So when Nickelodeon Studios offered me an internship at the studio in California, I accepted immediately. I jumped at the chance to get away from dead-end job at Benjamin Franklin Tour Guide.
What?
Hey, fuck you. That jump sounds awesome. Many of you asked to see Crybaby Lane. But if you want to see the original Crybaby Lane, you'll never will. Even if Nickelodeon somehow consents to releasing it to you. Did he spell Nickelodeon wrong? Something looks wrong about that.
I think that's how you spell it.
Oh no, that's one of those. A lot of people forget that Nickelodeon is an actual word. But I don't know. It's one of those things where if I see it spelled out, my mind kind of tells me something's not right.
No, he spelled it right.
Okay. You won't be seeing what was shown on TV, and you sure as fuck, I'm edgy, won't be seeing the original that Lauer made. I don't even think Nickelodeon...
Oh, he swore.
Yes. That's how you know this shit's for real.
Oh.
I don't even think Nickelodeon has the original cut of the movie anymore. And if they do...
They do.
Yes, because they would just throw it the fuck away, you fucking simpleton. If they do, it's in only backup copies.
Yeah? Yeah?
Looks like Captain Common Sense has reared his ugly head.
They don't have any copies, and if they do have copies, it's only backup copies, so they don't really count.
Where's Captain Obvious? The brother of Captain Hindsight.
Yeah, Captain, I was just about to say that.
If the backup copies exist, they must be locked away in some vault along with the deleted episodes of Ren and Stimpy and a never-before-mentioned episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, we're going... Oh, get it? It just...
Damn. If it was in the Disney vault, they just open it every 5 years to release some special edition of some shit.
And if it was in George Lucas's vaults, then I'm pretty sure he would be in prison for... I'm not saying that George Lucas is a sexual deviant, but I'm pretty sure he is. Look at that neck.
We all know that the real Phantom Menace was Jorge.
I'm pretty sure that the director, Peter Lauer, has the original copy, and it's probably on his I'm going to take that back right now because George seems like the kind of person who doesn't take jokes like that lightly, and he will sue me. It was just a joke. Please don't sue.
He'll sue you with his Phantom Menace money.
I'm pretty sure the director, Peter Lauer, has made an original copy, and it's probably on his mantle next to his snuff films. That creepy ass fuck.
I like that line. This story is already better than that last piece of shit just for that line.
Snuff films, like Snuff Bomb, that other piece of shit. That's the you don't know about that. That's internet drama.
Oh, yeah. I tend to be completely oblivious to that.
Creepypasta author, his stories suck. And he has a shitty fan base, and he was accused of basically being a sexual predator and a rape and kind of a pedophile. I think.
Wow, Najee, it sounds like you just described every single member of the Creepypasta wiki.
I would never. I don't like the Creepypasta wiki, but I would never sink them that low to be as bad as Snuff.
I would.
Anyway, I was hired in 1999, and immediately I was put on the creative production team for the movie Crybaby Lane. It would be...
No, you weren't. You were immediately hired as the fucking coffee boy.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Go spit shine my shoes, boy. And it's a black guy telling that to a white guy.
Hey, the intern's here, and my dick is awfully dry. You should fix that.
You gotta work your way up the corporate ladder, kid.
Get in there nice and deep like, boy.
Dude, and corporate ladder is... yeah, the corporate ladder is tattooed on his dick. That's what he's talking about.
Climb my ladder, new boy.
It would be almost a year before the movie was due to be broadcast. All in all, it was a pretty low effort kind of thing. There were only 4 people on the creative team, and I was the only steady one. Lauer would replace them on a whim. He said it would keep it fresh. I thought it was because he was hiding something. And I was right.
So, their creative team for this movie was 4 people, and the intern is the one that they keep on a regular basis.
Well, yeah, who else is going to suck everyone's dick?
This is true. I take back my criticism.
You gotta have a professional dick sucker there.
Well, he's only an intern. He's not professional yet.
Well, yeah. That reminds me of that Cyanide and Happiness. Like, are you some kind of, like, what are you, professional pedophile? Like, no! I'm an amateur one.
He's working on it.
I thought... I just another Cyanide and Happiness thing where, like he gives advice on how to abduct children. It's like, what are you, some kind of awful pedophile? It's like, excuse me, I'm giving you good pointers here. I think I'm a pretty good one.
Can we go read Cyanide and Happiness instead of this?
No. Go read Cyanide and Happiness or watch their animated show. For those,
it's all good.
There were, except I hate Depressing Comic Week.
I don't get depressed. I laugh at things that are depressing, and then people get mad at me for it.
There were only 4 people on the creative team, and I was a steady one, blah, blah, blah. We had a little over a year to make a made-for-TV movie. Not just write it or cast it, but to film it and get it edited. Lauer didn't work fast at all. After the first 3 weeks, we only had ideas for the first 15 minutes of an 85-minute movie. Lauer, even at this point, was a weirdo. He was tall. Well, you're a dick. He was tall and lanky, and he carried himself awkwardly. He stuttered when he talked, and sometimes, when you were hunched over a piece of paper during those endless brainstorming sessions, you'd look up to catch him staring at you, smiling. Well, maybe he was just socially awkward, you dick.
Maybe.
Or maybe he wanted to fuck you. You ever consider that?
Well, at the very least, he wanted to get his knob polished.
Yeah, he's just staring at him like, excuse me, intern boy. Your coffee break's over.
Howdy, neighbor. I noticed that your mouth is awfully empty. I got a little something in my pocket here that I could fix that problem.
I got something in my pocket.
Why don't you
for
open up and close your eyes for me?
That was too creepy.
That's right. Yeah. Just like that.
He looked away. he, he looked away when you caught his eye, and I guess
He's embarrassed to watch you sucking his dick.
I just imagined that was all of that was going through his head while he was watching him. And I guess that was the creepiest part. He always looked at me. He always looked like he has something to hide. The brainstorm sessions at first were alright. We got the premise of it down pat. Two brothers unleash a demon and they get into mischief trying to get everything back to normal. Not exactly daytime Emmy stuff, but you know, it was an alright start. I thought the movie would be goofy and spooky, kind of like Curse the Cowardly Dog sort of deal. Keep my childhood favorite out of your shit story, good sir.
Get the fuck away from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Fuck you.
How dare you? You're not allowed to be a fan of something I like if you can't produce something good. That's how fandoms work. However, from the very beginning, Lauer made it clear that he wanted the film to be as scary as possible. He didn't want it to be cheap thrills with a good wholesome ending. He wanted to push it farther than Are You Afraid of the Dark ever dreamed of. Look, I liked
That's quite the comparison.
I liked Are You Afraid of the Dark, but and it actually did have some genuinely creepy episodes, but saying that push it farther than ever dreamed of, like, yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Everyone knows that show was the pinnacle of horror.
I'm gonna make you shit your pants harder than R.L. Stine ever dreamed.
Yeah, exactly. And even R.L. Stine will look at you like, oh, dude, your books are so scary, and he just stares at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dr. Seuss has got nothing on this shit.
No, Dr. Seuss seems like someone who could make a horror thing, let's be honest.
He probably could.
And I guess he did. It was about 3 weeks into production when I first noticed something. Lauer had absolute power of persuasion over everyone else in the creative production team. No one fought him.
Maybe because he was their boss.
Yeah, that kind of tends to sway their opinions a bit. Either I agree or I get fired. No one fought him, and by the third week, he was already suggesting some morbid things.
Oh my god! You know what? Another time that happened, where someone had complete creative control, and no one fought him, and started suggesting morbid things.
What?
Phantom Menace.
So basically, this guy is like a made-for-DVD George Lucas.
Yes.
So just George Lucas.
He is.
Oh.
He is a low-budget George Lucas.
So George Lucas. Oh no.
Hey,
that's just dumb.
Nothing George Lucas does is ever low budget, which makes the prequels that much more disappointing.
I remember he said he wanted the little brother to die halfway through the movie, getting hit by a dump. Funny. I immediately shot it down. I was the only one who said anything, and it stayed that way until I left the studio entirely and never came back. I can't help but notice that you're getting awfully lippy, intern. Seriously, why the fuck would they put up with him if he's constantly interrupting? And he's the fucking
I
intern.
out there and I wasn't looking at the screen, and I thought that and it stayed that way until I left the studio and never came back. I thought you just made that up.
Yeah, no.
That was an actual thing.
This guy has been lippy for the entire production process, and he has no grounds to complain or has no creative say. So basically, this guy's being a disruptive dickhead. I just imagine him getting coffee for everyone and constantly chiming in when they're trying to do their jobs. At first, cannibalism and other fucked up shit was kept to jokes and tasteless comments, but as time went on, it became more overt. I'd give him an idea, which most of the time he would end up using, like, how about the movie starts with a morbid undertaker who reads them stories? To which
Like
you
the
reply,
Crypt Keeper?
yeah. To which you reply, yeah, and then he can cut them up into little pieces and force feed them to his dog.
Like Jigsaw?
Jigsaw never did that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now.
I'm just trying to think of someone who... That sounds like something that Pinhead would do.
Sure.
I
Like,
don't...
Joker would do it.
Joker would do anything.
And anyone. Except Harley!
Such a weird... Yeah, everyone has romance stories about Joker, everyone under the sun except Harley. The one person who actually does love him.
Yeah, Joker will literally fuck anyone except for Harley. And that's just fucked up.
I'm gonna go fuck that rock over there. And she's just standing in a two-piece bikini like, I'm here.
But
yeah,
Mr. J!
yes, I know you're there. What's your point?
But you're not a rock.
You're not Batman! She made those jokes a few
Is
times.
that you, Bats? Oh, it's just Harley.
That's a pretty good impression, actually. He made those jokes a few times in the early stages. Then he got serious. He stand up like he was Jesus or something, clear his throat loudly, and proclaim his idea. I'd be the only one to shoot it down. Every fucking time. Yeah, and how did you not get fired? They could fire you easily. Why do you even care?
Paid internship?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you getting paid to interrupt and not do anything important?
I don't feel like Nickelodeon would just like offer you a paid internship.
Be lucky if they didn't just call you a cunt right off the bat.
It's like, I'm so excited to be an intern. Yeah, like that. The definition of that is just a temporary job, right?
Yeah. One day I think this guy's never had an internship.
Oh.
One day near the end of our brainstorming session, Laurie Lawa cleared his voice and stood up. We all fell silent and looked at him like we normally would. He stood up and said, "Ladies and I don't know what's wrong with me. Gentlemen and females, I have an idea."
Okay, that sounds like something Joker would say.
Yes. I remember what he did. You want to read with a Joker voice?
I don't have a Joker voice. I didn't know that sounded like Joker when I did it.
I remember what he did. He paused and looked right at me as he said, "This story will revolve around the legend of a pair of Siamese twins. Have you heard of the Donner Party?" Everyone nodded, except for me, because I'm nonconformist.
I didn't like where the conversation was going. I also had never heard of the Donner Party.
I was walking through the city streets, and the man hands me the latest energy drink. Run faster, jump
Every
high.
day when you're walking down the streets, everybody that you meet
I was going for a throw it down the ground joke.
has a difference in their point of view.
I threw it on the ground. You must think I'm a joke. They ate themselves when it got cold. They ate each other. Well, you're...
Did they eat themselves or each other?
They ate... well, they're attached, but you kind of repeated yourself there. That's not good. You need to. You're new to public speaking, aren't you, dude? Everyone nodded again. I closed my eyes. What would Siamese twins do if they had nothing to eat? Would one wait until the other twin dies, then consume her own sister? Why would it be a girl? You're kind of...
Don't they share internal organs? Like, they die at the same time.
Yeah. Or would they claw out each other's eyes until one of them died, then dine upon them like a vulture tearing at the skin of a dead deer? I don't know. It is interesting indeed. Not really. I mean, that's rather subjective. And yeah... I don't know, is this supposed to be disturbing?
I don't know. I'm looking up. I googled some images of the Donner Party.
Oh, what did you find?
Implied cannibalism.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't really know if this thing, like what he's talking about, was supposed to be disturbing. You know, I actually think it's a pretty interesting conversation. Like, I talk about stuff like that occasionally just for morbid curiosity. I don't know what the fuck I was hearing. I opened my eyes. I looked around the room. No one was fucking moving. I'm a fucking badass because I fucking swear all the fucking time.
Ooh.
Everyone's eyes were on Liar except for me. Layer. I forgot how I pronounced that originally. Lauer, excuse me. And I looked at him. He was still staring at me. Children like violence. They revel in it. Children like to be scared. So we'll scare them, won't we, Johnny? Is that what my name is?
That sounds like something Joker would say too. Just replace Johnny with bats.
Bat boy. Getting pretty damn close to my face. His breath smelled like decaying shit. How does I would know. I eat it every day. I stared back at him. I think you're fucked up, to be honest. Oh, nonconformity. He smiled, then backed away. Oh, I'm fucked up, all right. But you have to be fucked up to survive in this cutthroat world. His grin expanded. Literally, right now, I'm going to show you some pictures that will spark your imaginations. He got up and locked the door from the inside. I stood up and said, What the fuck do you think you're doing? Let's not make any errors in judgment. Sit down, Jonathan. No, sit down.
I want to voice one of these guys.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't care which one.
For some reason I did. Lauer pulled out one of those shitty overhead projectors, because apparently Nickelodeon doesn't have a budget. He turned on the switch and shouted. In an unusually high, semi-frantic voice. This is... Okay, you voice Lauer.
Okay.
This is the fucking news. We need to continue this pro-fucking deduction.
Pro-fucking duction. Oh.
Pro-fucking duction. This is what every child should see.
His eyes bulged in his head. He put the image down on the glass surface of the overhead. It was silent. The image was in black and white, but it was grainy. It was a grainy... I could vaguely make out a boy laying on a brick floor, his arms cut off, with his bloody little nub black dot... What? His bloody little nub
What?
black dots. What? Fucking what?
What?
The only thing that was clear was his face. He was bleeding from the mouth. Okay, now, entertaining the thought of this being a murder victim or some shit that this guy killed, why didn't you go to the police?
Because he Googled it.
You know, I think because it referenced, like, SpongeBob Unseen episodes earlier, I think this is supposed to imply that this guy was responsible for Squidward's suicide, that other shitty creepypasta.
It's just a Google image, bats. Don't get so worked up over it.
Lau, you know that you remember Hong Kong '97, right?
Yeah.
That dead body that's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found out who that guy was.
Who was it?
That's a real dead body. It was of I think it was a Ukrainian or Polish boxer that committed suicide. So yeah, they put a real image of a real dead body, not too long after he died. Wonderful.
Cool.
One thing that was clear was his fate. Okay, a lot late. Lauer almost threw the paper off the overhead, slamming down another one. You don't have to be so dramatic about it, dude. It
Yes,
was.
he does.
It was a zoom in of shot of the boy's face. It was in color. Blood trickled from his mouth onto the brick floor. His eyes were shut, grinding blood underneath his eyebrows and eyelashes. Then his eyes opened. I screamed. No one else in the fucking room did. In the fucking room, huh? Oh my.
They have one of those? I want to work at Nickelodeon.
Not much gets accomplished in the fucking room.
A lot of people just coming and going.
Yeah, you know. It's a real give and take kind of industry. Yeah, there's a lot to swallow. It died in infancy, and the shrillness ringing in the air. The pupils were completely black. The rest of the eye was normal. The longer I stared, the more the eyes opened, widening and widening, until it looked like the skin above his eyebrows and eye sockets were going to rip in half. They started to bleed. Blood started to trickle. I swear to God I could hear it. More and more, it was like a full-blown stream. More and more, until the brick was on the floor, a lake of blood. Oh, this is boring.
Is this the piece of paper doing this? Because he put paper on the projector, right?
Yeah,
So what, the paper is taunted?
that sounds cool, actually. Yeah, this guy's had some, like, animating paper. Yeah, sell this shit, man. Self-animating paper? Except millions in animation budgets.
Right? Damn.
Okay, yeah, my headcanon of Crybaby Lane story. This intern stole the paper and then, like, ran off and went on to create Pixar. Pixar came from child murder.
Oh my god, everything makes sense.
I could hear it. Like, that sounds like something that a vigilant crunchers would say. I hear it. I was hiking and it came across a stream, and now I could smell the kid. What?
And now I could smell the kid.
I know what children smell like. I told you I was a convicted pedophile at the beginning of the story.
Let me tell you a little story there.
I could
now,
fucking smell his rots.
I could smell the kid.
I
He smelled like strawberries. It
Straw.
was nice.
I leaned underneath the table and vomited. Why vomit on the table, dude? At least
Well, that would be rude.
no, create a scene. I'm saying.
People fuck on that table.
When I rose back up, the image was gone, and everyone else was expressionless. Lauer turned on the lights. You may go. Oh, sorry, you do it.
Oh, I'm gonna give him the fuck.
There go.
He said, unlocking the door. I walked out through those fucking doors and never came back. This happened near the end of the brainstorming process, and by the time I left, the casting was done and the script was almost fully written. They were desperately behind schedule. I think Lauer planned it that way so there wouldn't be any time for proper editing. I never watched the... What does that even fucking mean?
Why would he purposely fuck up the editing?
He wanted people to see this, so why would he make it take longer?
Just hard cuts to everything. That's it.
Like, well, we're working on a budget. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm trying to make kids see horrible nightmarish bullshit, but I'm not going to like do it on my dime.
We're gonna put it in Windows Movie Maker and just do star swipes every scene.
Okay, there's this new form of animation I've heard. Have you ever heard of seeing these Lego stop motion?
We're gonna make a horror movie of stop motion Lego.
I would love to see someone try that, actually. That sounds like it'll be interesting.
I saw a Lego movie once, and everything was awesome.
I still haven't seen that movie.
It's not bad.
I have it too, I just haven't made the time for it. I heard Batman's self-referential as hell.
He is.
I only wear black and lighter gray.
And sometimes very, very dark gray.
I've heard a friend... Okay, I never watched the real thing when it aired, but I heard from a friend who was working at the editing department that they cut a good 15 to 20 minutes of disturbing footage from the film before it was fit to release. And it was only fit to... Before it was fit to be released, and it was only fit to be released.
What?
Before they... Okay. They had cut a good 15 to 20 minutes of disturbing footage from the film before it was fit to be released, and it was only fit to be released.
I don't understand this sentence.
I don't think you know how to words.
I cannot words. I cannot words these words.
They didn't have enough time to check the footage frame by frame. I guess
I hope not. That would be millions of frames.
I guess he got his wish. Unless they cut every single frame. Oh, by the way, we got a happy birthday to Alexo. I don't know if he ever watches this.
Oh,
I literally got a Skype notification. It's Alexo's birthday. Hey!
Yay! Does that mean we can stop reading?
No.
Happy birthday, Alexo. Our gift is that you don't have to watch this anymore.
I guess he got his wish. We're almost done. Unless they cut every single scene that had pictures in them, every child watching Crybaby Lane has an unconscious memory of those pictures, and I weep for them. I really do. Fuck you! I feel so sorry for them. Fuck you, you self-righteous prick.
God damn, I looked at the scroll bar, and I'm like, you liar, we're not even halfway done. Like, oh, thank fuck. Most of that is just stupid comments.
Well, we're gonna read the comments, too, because those are fun.
Those are the best part.
Yeah, they usually are, because you just wonder, how do people type and breathe at the same time?
They don't. They have to hold their breath.
They fucked me up, and as I write this to you, this will be the last thing I'll ever write before I slit my throat and before the blood splatters over this fucking computer screen. Good.
Well, make sure you get your magic paper to record it, because Lauer's going to want to show it in his next meeting.
You know what? I don't feel the slightest bit sorry for you, because you're a dick. And you're very pretentious, and I'm tired of your excessive swearing, and you can go fuck yourself. And also, I don't appreciate you constantly interrupting people's meetings while they're hard at work trying to animate, dickhead. Who the fuck are you? Now you get back to work sucking that dick.
That's right. You're getting really good at this.
I love that Louis
Tickle the balls a little bit.
I love Louis C.K.'s bit. It's like, if I saw two gay guys blowing each other, I wouldn't think that they're faggots. Just like, hello, gentlemen. But one of them took the dick out of his mouth and said annoying faggy things, like, people from Phoenicians are Phoenician. Like, hey, shut up, faggot. Quit being a faggot and suck that dick. I love Louis C.K. Early on, Lauer posts the idea of... Okay, there's something I need to tell you, though. Early on, you don't need to tell me anything. Lauer posed the idea of two brothers capturing a squirrel, putting the squirrel in a jar, and slowly drowning it before filling the jar with sand and dropping it to the bottom of a pond. Soon after this was suggested, Sandy from SpongeBob appeared in Tea in the Tree Dome. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to look that up, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to look that up right now. Tea in tree
Hey,
trunk.
hey, you want to know some interesting trivia about SpongeBob?
This is what this show's for. This is specifically what this show's for. Nothing else. Fuck
Uh,
you.
Here, Sandy's character was introduced. Like, okay, there's one episode where like SpongeBob is talking to Sandy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In the next episode, her character gets introduced.
Wait.
The episode where Sandy was introduced was released after an episode she was already in.
So what was the episode that she was already in?
I can't remember. I just know it was like within the first few episodes. It's like, no, here's an episode that has Sandy in it, and then it's like the next one. Here's the episode where we introduce Sandy.
Okay, let me see.
I'm like, why was this done out of order?
Soon after this was just spent. Okay, so this story is full of shit. Now, it was released in 1999. Now, I know that we already know it's full of shit, but still, I just want to poke more holes in this bullshit. Like what you said, take into account, meaning that they released the episodes out of order. That also means that, yeah, yeah, this story's full of shit, basically. Lauer later also suggested in one scene of the movie for a man with a squid-like nose to take off his pants in front of the boys and rape them off camera, but heavily implied.
Oh,
A squid-like nose.
I could get in on that action.
What does it mean? What's a squid-like nose? Third, explain.
A squid-like nose? Okay. You saw Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Ah,
You know the Davy Jones?
yes. I get what you're saying.
Okay, now imagine his character was your nose. And that your nose could only go on land once every 10 years.
So basically, my nose is tentacle hentai.
Yes.
I,
Your nose is Japan.
Imagine how, like, Pirates of the Caribbean aired in Japan is like, I have the most awkward boner right now. It was,
I have an erection. I must draw this is a pun.
oh god, don't, that exists somewhere. Or he just molests Jack Sparrow with his face. And he doesn't even mean to, it just happens. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna find some porn of Davy Jones.
Later, he also suggested in one scene, okay, Squidward knows raped them. Squidward soon appeared as a major character in SpongeBob SquarePants. It was suggested that the two be stepbrothers and forced to live in the same house after one's mom was found dead in a shallow grave, her brother heavily cannibalized by her own husband, a local weatherman. A show with a vaguely premise. Drake and Josh.
With a vaguely premise?
Yep. Drake and Josh started in 2014, and stepfather was indeed a weatherman. Oh, I'm sure. Let me see. Crybaby Lane. Let me look that up right now. Smile, smile. Okay, it came out in 2000. Okay. Lauer also suggested the younger brother have a doghouse which he keeps various animal fetuses encased in acid that he regularly uses to poison his mother to have sex with his abusive father. Do you listen to... Okay. He keeps animal fetuses in acid, which... yeah, they're no longer there after a while. And you regularly it uses poison, which he regularly uses. He uses the animal fetuses in acid to poison his mother to have sex with their stepfather.
That's interesting.
No, I'm talking about the lack of any medical knowledge whatsoever. I'm not disturbed by anything. It's just stupid. As told by Ginger debuted soon after. That show bored me. A man
You
who
know what bores me?
what?
Shitty stories.
Well, I'm glad that this story isn't boring you then. A man who
Boy.
captures the souls of children in a vacuum cleaner and sends them to Hades. That doesn't sound dark. Danny Phantom. A robot who goes insane on
Ghostbusters, Luigi's Mansion.
Bro, don't bring them into this. Especially Luigi's Mansion. He's had enough. People don't give that game the respect it deserves.
Dun, 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 dun.
Without Luigi's Mansion, how else would we have Egad?
That's true. Egad's a fucking amazing character.
Basically, like, he could fix any, like, send him to Sonic's universe. He'll take care of Robotnik real quick.
I'm waiting for them to introduce a character where it's like Egad's sidekick and he's called Zooks.
Oh, that'd be awesome, actually.
Nintendo, credit me if you do that.
You know they won't.
I
A
don't
robot
want
goes
royalties.
insane on the two brothers, kills one of them, and wears a skin pretending to be the dead brother in high school. My life as a teenage robot. The list goes on and on. Nickelodeon knows, and they're continuing a legacy of Lauer, sometimes subtly and sometimes overtly. And there's nothing you and I can do about it. Do you want to see it? You got it. That's the end. No reading comments that actually make sense, mister.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
That's-
I'm not... Watch the over analyst and MD Phantasm rip this thing apart. I'm sorry, I just read over analyst. Brady, is there something you're not? Is there something you're not telling us, buddy?
What? Why did you spell it that way? That's just so wrong. A-N over and then a separate word Anelist.
Let's see. I'm trying to find people who like this story.
All these people don't like it.
Most of them hate. Yeah, most of them hate it. I was hoping to find positive comments. 0 out of 10.
Oh, I like this one. All these haunted show pasta authors need to look up the word intern. None of them seem to know what it means.
Okay, let's read those comments anyway. Pretty bad overall. Bland, poorly written, doesn't make proper consideration to using child abuse for horror. It can be pretty careful when dealing like this in a story. Every single TV show... Okay, that story isn't... That one isn't interesting. I will give credit to this gentleman over here, who has a Robbie Rotten avatar. I love Lazy Town. There's a Lazy Town creepypasta, you know. Come on.
I'm trying to find a comment that doesn't make sense.
What the heck did I just read?
These are all bitching about it. And I can't make fun of these comments because I agree with them.
What is this? Common sense has no place on the wiki. You fucking idiots. Fuck you for having common sense. That's not entertaining. Okay, let me see. 9 out of 10. Nothing else.
Childhood ruined. I will now go bang my head repeatedly into the wall. 7 out of 10.
You sound like fucking Dr. What was it? Dr. Nala from... I can't remember her name. It was one of the doctors from the think tank in Fallout New Vegas.
I never played through New Vegas. It kept crashing.
Oh, well, there's mods for that.
Not on the 360.
Oh, get the PC version. It's much better. This really creeped me out. I remember Crybaby Lane. 10 out of 10.
Oh, there's a comment left by someone who self-identifies as a Gardevoir.
How about you go fuck yourself, person?
Well, since it's Pokemon related, a snow is heard from this Gardevoir's hands. Well done. Very well done. This creepypasta made me think. made me cry, made me scared to sleep on the night I am typing this comment with my own 3 fingers. Yes, 3. Gardevoirs only have 3 fingers. Let me keep pointing that out. The story completely sucked in my imagination, and I swore that I had the voice of a splicer from Bioshock 1, or the crow splicer from Infinite, out of 10. What? Or the crow? What? Or the crow splicer from Infinite, end sentence, out of 10.
Out of 10,
This story gets 100 out of 10. And it gets his Gardevoir's rose of approval.
Okay, now, excuse me. You see how
Congratulations, your creepypasta just deflowered a Gardevoir.
You see how you're alive right now? I would like you to do the opposite of that.
It almost makes me upset to have trained a Gardevoir that is actually a fucking beast.
Without a doubt.
I don't want to use it anymore.
Without a doubt, this is one of the better creepypastas I've read. I enjoyed it. 7.5 out of 10. This you gotta, like, it's got Godzilla 1984/1995's approval, man. You know it's good.
Oh. Oh. Wow. This was one of the first creepypastas I ever read fully. And boy, it scared the shit out of me. I really dislike it, however. 6 out of 10. Wow, fuck! You make as much sense as IGN does.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the first thing I read. It scared the shit out of me. I really don't like it, though, so I'm going to give you an above-average rating.
This game fucking sucked. Game of the year. Okay, now I'm going to try one last thing. I'm going to go do something. I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. We're not we're going to read segments of a story.
Can it be quick? I want to go to bed.
Just very small segments. Then we're just going to read the comments in general. Okay.
Okay. I'm looking at my bookmark bar here on my screen. For some reason, I have new tab bookmarked. And I open it, it's just a new tab.
Well, what if you forget what thing new tab is on?
I don't know how that's possible, because I'm sitting here on the new tab screen, and bookmarking it isn't an option, it's grayed out.
Well, it's like how I occasionally forget to spell my own name.
This entire thing would have gone much better if we just did my thing and just read pony porn instead of that shit.
That is for your channel, though.
Yeah.
Or do you want to share?
Who doesn't love pony porn? They have an entire website for it.
Don't remind me. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Where are we?
Oh, hey, they have a new story up.
Oh, what? Oh, you're on there now?
Yeah, I have it bookmarked.
I wouldn't admit to that.
Hey there, Clopper. I know you hate ads. I do too. But would you consider whitelisting us to keep the site active?
You know what I love about that is like, hey there, masturbator. Like, look, I do this in private. I don't like anyone knowing it. Could you not? It's like, imagine 2 dudes jerking off and some guy trying to tell jokes while the other one's feeling uncomfortable. Like, dude, I'm not proud of this. Could you not?
You just described my weekends.
Could you not, like? Could you not try to be friends with me while I'm trying to do something that I'm clearly ashamed of? Okay. Let me just read this parts. Okay, where are I?
Hot, kinky, married, anthrosex.
Okay, now let me explain third.
I'm reading the tags.
This story is the origin of Laughing Jack. Okay. And no, we're not reading the story. Don't worry. But I tried reading the story for my channel, and I got to certain points, and I flipped my shit, and I pretty much called the sincerely, not even hyperbole, called the person who wrote the story absolute reprehensible piece of shit.
Okay.
So I'm going to read some of the parts I refuse to read on my channel. A coat of white
Okay.
paint.
Are you going to link me so that I can see these things?
No.
Oh.
He dumped the bag out on his torture bed and plopped out a bounding gag and very frightened young boy of probably 5 or 6. Isaac quickly undid the boy's bindings and held him down as he restrained his hands and feet to the bed frame. Tears streamed endlessly from the boy's helpless face. This is a popular creepypasta, by the way, and this is the guy snuff bomb I told you about. The guy was accused of being a pedophile and sexual harasser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just okay. Hold on. Isaac laid us to a workbench. Isaac returned with a pair of rusty pliers and began wasting no time as he slid the bottom jaw of the pliers into the boy's fingernail on his right index finger and clamped tightly. The boy's eyes quivered as he began muttering through his gag, begging Isaac to let him go. Isaac smirked as he slowly bent the pliers upward, painfully prying off the first fingernail. The boy screamed through his gag, arrived in agony when the wooden boar's big finger began to gush blood. He removed the boy's middle finger. Okay.
They're really getting into detail with this.
Oh, yeah. Clamping off the half-pried nail, he gave it another yank. The skin tore off, but not taking a good deal of skin tissue with it. Let's see. Let me get to the... he returned to his workbench. Basically, okay, more of it just taking the fingers off. And large hammer... let me see. Raised the hammer high above his head. The boy pleaded for mercy and dirty gag. All his might slammed the hammer down on the boy's kneecap, shattering the bone into gravel with a loud crack. The boy convulsed in pain. This is a 6 to 5-year-old boy, by the way.
Why is this going on for so long?
Yeah, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 paragraphs of torturing this little boy.
Does any of it progress the plot?
No.
Then it's pointless.
Isaac's yes was a blind old woman he invited over some tea. It took 5 minutes. Remains. He took an ice pick to a old woman's socket. And, I love this one. After he brought over a little girl whom he force-fed broken glass before using her stomach as a punching bag.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting way to kill somebody.
And it goes on for quite some time, brutal torture, and that's when I kind of flipped my shit. And if I didn't know about, heard about what I heard about with that guy, I probably wouldn't have been as angry as I was. Basically, he was accused of essentially raping his ex-girlfriend. And being a pedophile, as I said before.
So, to save face for this,
no, this is
he writes a story
where he brutally tortures a child for 5 paragraphs. Oh, and I didn't read the part where he explicitly, I think for 4 paragraphs before this, the character tries to rape a woman in brutal detail.
Well, why would you leave that out? You know that's one of my kinks, Najee. Don't you remember I have no mouth and I must scream?
Oh, yes. Okay, now... Oh, God. I just remembered that scene, you fucking monster. I want to see it.
Make yourself the fucking ring. I want to see the chick get raped. It ain't rape if she consents to it.
I'm the one consenting. I'm controlling her, so I consent to it.
It ain't rape. Now it's just sex.
Okay, enough of that before we actually get in trouble. This is so creepy. I love it. Great story. Love the details on it.
Nope.
I will send you the link just so we can read the comments.
Details are fine, but they're completely fucking pointless when they go on forever and don't progress the plot.
Yeah, it's just rape. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 6 to 7 chapters of him trying to rape and then killing this girl.
I have to sign up. Wait, what? It says sign up for free to keep reading. What?
Oh, well, they actually, yeah, they forced me to sign up. I didn't know that I thought that was just I originally thought that was a thing that I did by accident, and I didn't know I didn't have to.
Hold on. The
What?
origin of Laughing Jack. You want to know somebody who laughs a lot and also went by the alias of Jack White?
Who?
This is the origin of Joker.
Don't bring him
know
down.
how I got these scars. My father was a drunk.
That's just it. I just said, like, yeah, my dad was a dick, that's it. Like, wow, what did he do anything? No, I just got this in a driving accident because dad was not driving properly.
Now, I could go off for 7 paragraphs and describe everything in excruciating detail about how he cut my face, but I'm just going to leave it to your imagination. Because I'm not a shitty fucking writer!
Yeah,
Fuck you!
He got kicked off of the Creepypasta Wiki for many reasons. And, essentially, his fan base are angry at the guy... I interviewed him, and I actually asked him about it. Lol Skellingtons, who was the admin of one of the admins of the Creepypasta Wiki. And, essentially he said, I don't give a shit about that guy. And the thing, like, you look at it, and it seems like Snuff Bomb, like, basically swears vengeance on this guy, on Lol Skeleton. And Lol Skeleton is like, oh, what did you think? I asked him, what do you think about this? And it's like, I don't know. You think he's the first person to get butthurt over being kicked off? Let me see.
Wattpad. I sure hope this book gets turned into a movie.
No. Very good. There are some spelling errors, but otherwise, best backstory I've read. This must have taken you a long time to write. It's such an incredibly descriptive story. I shudder whenever I read gruesome process of Little Isaac's murder. Very well worded, great character detail, and an interesting ending. Thumbs up for me.
I
What?
can't read the comments.
I know. Why do people...
I want to contribute, though.
Okay,
If anyone listening to this has seen Kenny versus Spenny, I saw Xanta on the subway a few days ago, and it was fucking amazing.
Xanta?
Yeah.
Santa Claus?
He had a cameo in one of the episodes,
Oh.
and he was like he was a ridiculous guy, and then he was just on the subway, and he was the exact same as he was in that show. I'm like, you know what? You might think it was like he was putting on an act for the show, but that episode was filmed like 8 years ago, and he's still the exact fucking same. He's a crazy dude wearing a fucking Santa hat that just does push-ups and shit in random places making crazy animal noises.
Oh, no, never mind. So, that wasn't him playing a character then.
No, that's just how he is. Like, that's fucking amazing. This is going to be a good day.
It's like when people meet the Iron Sheik and find out, no, he's just as crazy as when he's online.
Iron Sheik was also on Kenny vs. Spenny.
I had yeah, I know. I love how he's the reason why I got Twitter. Because anytime randomly I'll just see a tweet like, fuck this SpongeBob! in all caps. It's ranting about anything. Like, I hate racists. If you hate racists, I put you in the camel clutch and fuck you in your ass. Are you serious? Okay, okay. Why do people think this is good? This whole thing is just gore for the sake of gore. Stupid character development and a thing that just don't make sense. 1 out of 10, possibly the worst shit I've ever read. And someone responded, "Are you actually serious? Do I need to spell it out for you? It's a goddamn creepypasta. Of course it's gonna have gore. Are you actually stupid?" You know, third, you know what I love about and horror? All the violence.
The tentacles?
All the rape and murder. And Dracula, all that rape and murder. Remember all that rape and murder in Dracula?
Okay, I don't think... Did Dracula ever actually murder anybody?
I think so, yeah.
He didn't rape anyone because he was, like, really seductive.
It depends on which one you're talking about. Because Christopher Lee Dracula was kind of a pimp daddy.
Yeah, okay.
Because
there's a bunch of different versions of Dracula.
Because it's Christopher Lee, and if you didn't want Christopher Lee back then chances are you were just pansexual.
I liked it when Dracula was like this, like he was like a bad guy, but he was also like suave, and it's like, you know what? I kind of want to be a vampire because of this guy, and then vampires became pussies.
They can't go into the fucking sunlight. They were just pussies with attitude.
Yeah, Dracula couldn't go in the sunlight. He still made that shit work.
Well, it helps that he had a lot of people on his, like, basically competent people playing him.
This is true.
Robert Pattinson. No one could have made that role work. I don't blame Robert Pattinson in there.
Now, I think we can both agree that the greatest person who has ever portrayed Dracula is Adam Sandler.
Indeed. I hate you. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And be honest, this is probably better than anything you can write. Ooh, that's adorable.
I like if the internet actually worked by thinking, there wouldn't be a lot of stuff on the internet.
You know, I'm not a good writer, not by any stretch of the imagination. I can say I can and have written better stories than Snuff Bomb.
You don't need to be a good writer. You need to be literate.
Yeah, exactly. Then why do you keep reading this? It's your own fault for reading it. Because I have 2 eyes and I have an ability to do what I want.
I suffer from this debilitating disease called morbid curiosity.
Yeah, and it's also, it kind of stems from this other, even worse issue that's called free will.
God damn.
Read actual good creepypasta. I don't know, Mr. Widemouth. This shit is just exploding gore for the sake of gore. That's actually one of my favorite stories too, Mr. Widemouth.
Read actual good creepypasta. You idiot. Think it's all good.
No, I like Mr. Widemouth. Fuck you.
I don't trust it, because every time you fuckers need to read a creepypasta,
because we picked the deliberately bad ones. That's like you bringing me on to do a Final Fantasy commentary and tricking me into thinking it's 13, saying that they're all as bad as that. It's not fair.
Yeah, that's why I'm so fucking biased against them.
Yeah, don't say anything at all. What you committed there wasn't nice. What? What I committed there? Did I commit to anything, third?
Yes.
I love Laughing Jack's smiley face. I indeed love Snuff Bombs, Laughing Jack. I listened and read now Laughing Jack's story. I love it, but I gotta run now. Toodaloo. I wouldn't recommend being around Snuff Bomb.
What was that thing you just said?
It's so beautiful. I have never read such a fine usage of words and friendship.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Because when I think of friendship, I think of, what was that line over there?
Magic?
No. Where is it? Oh, and by the way, the torture doesn't end there. Because then Laughing Jack, which is like, you know how bad Jeff the Killer is, right? Superpower open. Now, imagine Sir Jeff the Killer with powers and less personality and a stupider design. And then you get Laughing Jack. So basically, he spends the next... when he summons him, Laughing Jack spends the next... Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 paragraphs torturing him.
Najee,
What?
I don't like these writers.
There are some good ones. I'll send you a link to a good... Do you read?
Do I read?
Yeah, no.
Do you mean like in general or for leisure?
Read, yeah, for leisure. And you never talk about books that interest you.
Okay, I read manga. Does that count? It's still reading, right?
It depends on what you're... Well, are you interested in reading books that without pictures?
Well, yeah.
Or are you just like Alice from Alice in Wonderland? What
Okay,
good is a book without pictures? Very good, you bitch.
Yes, I read actual books. I have a lot.
Like what?
Let's see. What do I have?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I got a bunch of Star Trek stuff, some Dragonlance, Deathlands, Outlands,
Quantum physics.
no. Something I can't read it from here. It's dark in my room. It's mostly like sci-fi and fantasy shit I've got. Conan. I got a bunch of Conan stuff.
Oh, really? You actually read the original books?
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian. That guy's fucking awesome. He's like the ultimate anti-hero. He's like, I want to fucking raid this tower and fucking get rich, and he just like accidentally saves this village. He's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna screw this chick and kill this spider, and I'm leaving.
So that's basically what we want for our little project, isn't it? With the main character.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, fuck this. I want this pirate ship off my house. Get the fuck out.
Basically, but I think the thing is, the way I see it is just, it's like, he's the only normal person surrounded in a town full of people who want to go by the tropes. It's like, I can imagine in some battle system where you occasionally see your opponent's turn because why the fuck is he waiting for you? Why the fuck would you wait for him to finish charging up his attack?
I still like the slime. It doesn't attack you. It just looks at you disappointedly, and you just take emotional damage from it.
And then what was that?
Eric was reminded of his father. His father never loved him.
What about the metal slime kind of XP that is paranoid and always in fear because everyone wants to kill it for seemingly no reason?
That's the only thing. That's one I don't have. There's no swaps of anything except for the slimes, and there's like 20 different versions of it, and they all show up at the very beginning.
I want some kind of reference to that. Like, why do you guys all look the same? Like, oh, excuse fucking racist. Like, I happen to be an Indonesian slime. Thank you very much.
Indonesian.
Oh my god!
They're not called slimes. I'm sorry. They're called goos.
Yeah, that's what. I just imagine like you can't. Hey, that is our word. You have no right using it.
And they're completely it's like blue goo, red goo, maroon goo. It's purposely unoriginal.
Yeah, that's like for those who don't. Well, we'll tell them about it later when we actually have more time to do it.
How long has this been going for now?
Almost like a little bit past 2 hours. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think this is good enough. So third, before we part ways and we both go to our respective beds. Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Stop making me read this creepypasta shit.
Do you have anything to say that's actually going to happen?
You and Damien need to get together so that we can read the second chapter of Hurricane Futashy.
How about you die?
The author found the videos and he likes them.
Fucking what?
Seriously.
We need to bring him on the show.
Oh, can we do? I can
That
try
will-
to get hold of him. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. I would love it.
Can we get him in to help us read the second chapter?
That would be awesome.
We should do that.
That-
I'm gonna go fucking message this guy right away tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it's not often that we get a quote celebrity.
I just thought it was weird. Like the guy had the same logo or like avatar or whatever. I'm like, is this like just a fan? Like, no, it's the same fucking guy. Like, oh my god, this is nuts.
It's like, yeah, it's funny. Like, okay, whatever. And the funny thing is, he actually talked to a lot of those people that are into this stuff. They're normal people. It's just they have kinks in what they're into.
Yeah, he loved the video. It's like, this is great. I fucking love this.
I kind of feel bad because I made a few comments about, oh, this guy's probably a loser.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you said because he likes it.
That'd be interesting talking. Although it might be socially, I don't know. He might be socially awkward type. Like, I just did it. But yeah, seriously, I'd love to have him on.
Okay, we're gonna see if we can get the guy in on the next episode.
So yeah, this has been Shootin' the Breeze, Part 3 or whatever. How many of these I make? Y'all have a nice day and a nice tomorrow and all that good shit.
I'm hungry.
And we'll end on that note.